Today, we're going to learn how to use the past perfect. You have already learned about another perfect tense, the present perfect, in Unit 85. So, to make it easier for you to understand the past perfect, we will start by comparing the two tenses. Let's see. This sentence, I have worked here for 30 years, is in the present perfect. But this sentence, I had worked here for 30 years, is in the past perfect. Notice that to form the past perfect, we use the auxiliary had followed by a past participle. Remember, the past participle is the third form of the verb. For example, work, worked, worked. It's simple, right? So, now, let's look at examples of the past perfect. Let's start. He had been married 3 times when I met him. The main verb of this sentence is to be, and the past participle of the verb to be is been. I will give you another example. You had left when I arrived at the office. In this sentence, we use the past participle form of the verb to leave. Let's see its present, past simple, and past participle forms. Leave, left, left. Let's continue. Remember that I will be giving you the 3 forms of the verb in the past participle form. She had seen the Louvre, so we went to the Eiffel Tower. See, saw, seen. We had spent all our money by the time the sales finished. Spend, spent, spent. You had gone home when we arrived at the pub. Go, went, gone. They had parked their car on the pavement. The police took it away. Park, parked, parked. Okay, so now you know how to form the past perfect in the affirmative. Let's now see how to form the past perfect in the negative. Because the past perfect is formed with the auxiliary had, we just have to add not and say had not, which, when contracted, becomes hadn't. For example, I had not seen this film before. They hadn't expected to see so many people. She hadn't liked the film the first time she saw it. But look at this example. I had never eaten paella before I came to Spain. We can also use the adverb never to make negative sentences. Now, let's move on to using the past perfect in the interrogative and short answers. To form questions in the past perfect, you just need to put the auxiliary had at the beginning of the interrogative sentence. And to reply with a short answer, you use yes or no. The subject and the auxiliary had in the affirmative or negative. Let's look at some examples. Had you learned Spanish before you came here? Yes, I had. Had you taught English in any other country? No, I hadn't. Had your wife been to London before? Yes, she had. Had she been to Scotland? No, she hadn't. Now, let's look at how to use ever and how long in the past perfect interrogative. Just like with the present perfect, we can also make questions in the past perfect using ever and how long. For example, look at these questions with ever. Had you ever flown in a light aircraft before? Had you ever had so many friends before? And these questions with how long. How long had you been married when you got divorced? How long had you studied law when you decided to start medicine?